Over the last few years, I have decluttered thousands of items from my home. So I wanted to think about a way to make this a little bit more straightforward and simple and really focus on the items that make a huge impact in your day-to-day life. So I've come up with 23 things that I think if you declutter in the next year will help your life be so much easier and will give you so much more freedom. So let's go ahead and hop right in. If you can get large kitchen appliances out of your life, this frees up so much space. I've noticed that kitchens have seemed to get smaller and smaller and smaller with these new builds. The kitchens that I have been really little, and the cupboard space and the pantry have been very, very limited. So I know this is a big issue, and one that a lot of us face is not having a lot of room in our kitchen. So if you can declutter the bread maker or the Instant Pot or the crock pot or whatever it is that you do not use regularly, then you're gonna be so much better off. So go through your kitchen appliances, try and whittle them down to the things that you really use often. When I originally went through my jewelry and decluttered, I had so many pieces that were tangled and broken because I had too many and I hadn't been taking good care of them because I had excess. And when you have an excess of items, I feel like you don't value what you have as much. That's one of the best lessons I've learned through decluttering in the process, is the less you have, the more you value what you have. So go through your jewelry. You might have tons and tons of pieces in there that are broken. You might have pieces that are just out of style and they're just cluttering up your closet. This again, you need a fresh space when you walk into your closet, and just to have things be easy and you don't have to think about it when you get ready in the morning. Going along with the theme of keeping a clean and fresh closet, go through your clothes, get rid of things that don't fit, that aren't your style, and then shoes that you don't wear anymore. It is amazing to me how often we become blind to our possessions because we're just so used to seeing them. So there might be a dozen shirts in your closet that you don't even realize you're not wearing because you're so used to seeing them in there. So go in, just focusing on getting rid of the clothes that you don't wear, that don't fit you, that are not your style, whatever. And maybe you'll notice some things that you hadn't noticed in the last year or two that you really can clear out of your closet. It will make getting dressed in the morning so much faster and so much easier. You guys, scrunchies are back. I never thought they would come back, but they did. Here we are. Are there hair accessories that you actually aren't using? I had so many little hair clips and stuff that were broken again, and that I just didn't use, that I was able to declutter and make room for the things that I actually wear. I'm into headbands these days. Let me know what hair accessory, if you wear any, what hair accessory you're into. Do you wear scrunchies? My hair's just not thick enough for them, but are you a headbands girl? What do you do? What do you do with your hair? If your hair accessories are out of control, just like getting ready in the morning with your clothes, it becomes more overwhelming, and it's just this clutter that really takes up mental space. So go through your hair accessories, whittle it down to the stuff you actually wear, the things that suit your hair, the things that suit your style, and leave it at that. I can't tell you how many toiletry items I had under my bathroom sink when I did my first original declutter. I had probably a dozen or more hair products, lotions, you name it, of things that I had tried, didn't like, but felt guilty getting rid of. I just held on to it thinking, I will try this again and I will like it. And I never did. So you can get rid of this stuff guilt-free. It's okay if something didn't work out. Pass it on. Move on. Remember that you're learning from your mistakes. So just stick with the things that are tried and true. That's what I've learned. If I found a product that I really like, there's no reason to go and try a new one because I might not like it and I'll waste my money. So stick with the things that you know work. This next one is really tricky. Anything that's broken that you've meant to repair, but you haven't yet. The reality is, if you haven't repaired it in the last year, the chances of you repairing it in the next year are very, very slim to none. It's a hard pill to swallow because I know our intentions are good. The intentions are there, but sometimes we just truly aren't motivated or we don't have the time or resources. It's okay. Let the item go. When you're taking down your Christmas decor this year, whatever didn't get put out, donate it. Don't just pile on top of it. Go ahead and donate whatever you didn't use before you put your Christmas decor away. I am constantly getting rid of decor. I thought it was like my favorite thing in life is home decor and seasonal decor. It turns out too much of it stresses me out. So when you're putting the items away, whatever you didn't use, the chances of you using it next year or the year after, again, are very, very slim. Whatever your style was this year is likely going to be your style next year. So don't worry, donate these items. Someone else is going to be so excited to have them. Books can take up such a huge amount of space in our home. I love books. I will never convert over to just digital reading. I absolutely love holding a book in my hand. Let me know if you're like me or if you prefer a Kindle or Audible or whatever it is. I love a physical book. What are you not reading? What did you mean to read but you didn't read? Give yourself a chance. If one of your New Year's resolutions is to read more next year, get the book and set it where you can see it. Put it on your nightstand. Get it off the shelf and put it somewhere practical where you're going to remember it exists. So give yourself a chance if it's something you've been wanting to read. But if it's a book you've already read and you don't see yourself rereading it, pass it on. Getting your linen closet under control next year is going to improve your quality of life. So go ahead and declutter linens, towels, things that are worn, things with holes, sets of sheets that you're not putting on the beds, things you're not using in your linen closet. Get it all cleared out, and it might be time to replace some of these items. I've noticed my towels need to be replaced about every 1 to 2 years. So check everything for stains, go through, take inventory, and just go ahead and donate to a shelter the things that are in still pretty good condition. Otherwise, you can recycle the materials. I love mentioning this one. Seasonally themed dishware. You don't need it. Just have classic colors, classic styles, and dress your holidays up around your white or your ivory or your classic dishware. You don't need 12 Christmas serving platters, I promise you. If this is something you feel like you can part with, this is a good, again, time of year to go through and just focus on getting rid of that excess seasonal stuff that you really don't need. All right, get under your kitchen sink and get rid of cleaning products that did not work the way you hoped they would, any old scrubbies that are just completely worn out. You deserve to have new ones. Get yourself some new scrub brushes this year for underneath your kitchen sink. And then plastic bags. I love to hoard these. For some reason, I always have way too many. I've learned my lesson recently though, and just have started recycling and only keeping 1 or 2. I have used the same wallet for the past 5 years. I finally downsized, got myself a new one, and it's been awesome. Get rid of old wallets that you're not using, old purses, any tote bags that you're not using. These things can actually be quite bulky and take up a lot of space in your home. So if it's time to refresh, get something new, or go ahead and just keep the thing that you've been using all along, and then whatever it is that isn't being used, donate it. I used to keep old calendars and old planners because I thought, oh, I'll look back on these memories. I don't need a memory that we went to the doctor on October 3rd. It's not a necessary memory. So I have committed to decluttering yearly calendars and planners that I am done with. I recycle these. So go ahead and get rid of them. You don't need to keep all these old dentist appointments documented in your top drawer. Going along with this, notepads that are full. I love keeping notepads around. I have several at a time. I'm a note taker. I'm a pen and paper girl. I love writing things down, but my notepads fill up pretty quickly, so it's important to remember to go through and get rid of the ones that are already full that have information inside that you just don't need anymore. I am so committed to the idea of keeping the front of your refrigerator cleared off. I keep a menu board there, and that is it. We have a couple things on the side of the fridge, but I keep it very minimal. This is one of the easiest ways to reduce visual clutter in your kitchen. So this is your year in 2023. Take down the magnets, take down the artwork, take down the photos, and just be really, really selective with what you put up there. Don't use it as just like a holding ground for everything you don't know what to do with or display multiple things at once. It's just not worth it, in my opinion, to have this visual clutter. Hair tools, another thing that can take up a ton of space, and those cords are a nightmare. So if you have crimpers, again, these things that go out of style, if you have crimpers or different curling ones or different attachments for your blow dryer that you're just not using, just get rid of these. Let them go, guilt-free, donate them. Again, somebody else is going to be over the moon to have them in their life. I love a good storage tote. I get a lot of use out of these giant storage totes. This is how I store my seasonal stuff. It's also how I store kids' hand-me-down clothes. I love these totes, but sometimes they break and they just need to be replaced. The plastic, once they break, gets really sharp and can be a hazard. So if you have broken lids, broken bins on anything that you have as far as storage bins or containers, go ahead and just replace them. Do the same thing with your Tupperware. Again, the real estate in your kitchen is so valuable. If you have broken Tupperware or Tupperware that doesn't have a matching lid, oh my goodness, get this out of your life. You're never gonna find the Tupperware. The matching lid, it's gone. Just accept it and move on. Get into your utility drawer and get rid of batteries and pens that don't work. Obviously, anything you can get out of your utility drawer, this is like your junk drawer, the better. It can so easily get out of control. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the things in that drawer multiply overnight. So try and go through this drawer. I like to go through mine every week to every month just to keep it down, keep it under control. This is where organizers get really, really handy. If this video was helpful, please hit the subscribe button. I make videos like this every single week. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.